everyone. Welcome to the Passion and Purpose podcast. This is our episode number 3, and today I have a very special guest, a very good friend of mine. His name is Mark Salinas. He's a digital skills trainer from the Department of Information Communications and Technology. That's a government organization here in the Philippines. And he is also a digital jobs PH graduate, a what do you call it? Very creative person whose expertise is into 3D, what do you call it, Mark? 3D
3D animation and visualization.
3D animation and visualization. But anyway, I will let him tell more about himself so you can get to know Mark. Mark, can you please tell us something about yourself and how you get started in the online industry?
Hi everyone, I am Mark Smana. I am a brand strategist, digital marketer, and also a trainer. So I am a graphic designer. So until recently, I was into Photoshop, but until recently, I realized that I'm into brand strategy, and I am really passionate individual. If I will uh, say it in a word, I'm a passionate individual. I do things because I love to do it, not because of anything else. And what else can I tell you about me? I'm a freelancer. I'm an online professional, and that's what I do for now.
And that's it.
That's it.
All right, thank you so much. Um, Mark, I want you to go back a year ago when you were just starting because the episode right now is mainly focusing on, of course, your passion and your purpose and why you should not quit. Because I know that there was a time that you almost quit. Now, can you go
Mhm.
back like 12 months ago, 13 months ago, when you were starting out? What happened? I mean, where did you start? Why did you discover that this is what you want to do? And then what you feel about it?
And I will go back a little farther. And
Okay, go
it
ahead.
all started when I decided to went back home to the Philippines, and from as an OFW, I decided to went back home to the Philippines and continue and decide doing the things that I really want to do. It just so happened that I came across with DICT training that time. And for me, DICT training is really an answer to the things that I really want to do. For starters, I can be hands-on on organic farming that I really want to do. And at the same time, I can align my graphic design skills and creative skills into online freelancing. And I just told you those reasons because for me, when I see the opportunity in the city, at that time, I told myself that this is something that I really want to do. Okay? And along that training, no, that rigorous training, that intensive training, that really challenge um, what you it really challenge what you can do, and you are challenged to give more.
Yes.
Okay? And then after the training, there's a really struggles in it. No, you cannot when you are starting as a freelancers, it's not that easy to acquire first client. Okay, you're getting clients that are not they are not clients that will fulfill your financial needs. Now, those are the things that you have to consider when you venture in things that you really want to do. You have to prepare your financial support. You have to prepare your financial support because at those times when you're starting up, those are the moments that you need to pay your bills. Those are the moments that they need to attend to some financial needs. And then after the training, those were my struggles. I am not finding opportunities. I was not hired in any company that will fulfill my financial needs at that time. And then there's a thought in my mind that should I just quit? I think this is not for me. I think I give it enough, and I think this is the end. This is it. This is the thing that I can only give at this point. But when FABSCO came in, and then the support of FABSCO, of course, if I should have quitted at that time, I will not be experiencing this kind of opportunity that I am experiencing right now. So um, months after that, I had an opportunity to earn in dollars that you cannot imagine that I cannot imagine that I will be earning that much in online freelancing. And I will not be having an opportunity to share those inspiration when I was just starting up to other freelancers who were just uh, wanted to venture into online freelancing career. And those are the things that if I should have quitted, I should have missed those opportunities. And for that, I'm really proud that I did not quit in the freelancing. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, can you tell us how many months was that quitting, thing, came to mind after you started with your training?
I think it was sometime in January. It's a month. It's a month of a dilemma on my what path or decision that should I take. And at some part of my mind, at some portion of my mind, I would just think that I will just continue and go back to Dubai as an OFW, or should I go a little bit further? And luckily, for that span of time, I think it's a month. Um, uh, I still decided to continue the applications and the process and all, reaching out for potential clients. Yeah. So that
And then you were mentioning FABSCO earlier. For the benefit of our viewers and listeners, FABSCO is Filipino Online Professionals Service Cooperative. It's a cooperative that we built here in the Philippines to unite all the Filipino online professionals, whose main purpose is to help them attain sustainability in the online workspace. And then Mark here is one of our very first business
a
center.
product of FABSCO.
Yes, he's the business center manager and he's very active in FABSCO. And FABSCO will not be the same without Mark. He is also a member of the board of directors. He's an interim board of directors, and he's been handling key positions in FABSCO. So Mark, you were telling that without FABSCO you would have quit already. Why? What happened? What did FABSCO do to you, or what did you experience within FABSCO that you
Yeah.
stay?
I think the very things that a freelancer need is a mindset. That's that's what we need when we venture into freelancing. That's we have to check on our mindset. That these things are these are the things that what I saw in FABSCO, the mindset of the members and how they can achieve these kind of things. Now, those are the things that I learned from FABSCO members. How when you look at these renowned freelancers, I'm wondering how these people can achieve more. And I was just struggling before that. I have these skills. I have all the skills that I need to be a successful freelancers. It just turned out that I realized it all started in your mindset. And from that, I learned those mindset from FABSCO members, or the experienced or the renowned FABSCO members who are really in the field for quite some time. I think years and years of experience and how they can achieve those kind of things.
You were
Yeah.
mentioning mindset, and yes, I agree that it is a very essential ingredient into making it online. And then you also mentioned the word success. When you were starting out, what is your idea of success?
Um, my idea of success, I can clearly remember when I was given an opportunity to talk during our graduation and DJT testimony. So I was given a chance to talk in our testimony. I was given a chance to give a testimony. I can clearly say that my success is really to earn dollars, really to earn dollars. And from that success, it will bear fruit to another opportunity to some. Because in Philippines, they cannot see the worth of what you're doing unless they see the results. Okay, so that's my success. When I earn something big, I have a voice already. So I have a standard for my community to follow, and I want them to experience the same that I am experiencing right now. And to do that, I have to give them results first, and not just me talking that this opportunity and my trainer is earning this much and this much, and I have to be the be the one who experiences already before I can share the opportunity to them. So yeah,
Thank you.
my success, if I could just summarize, my success is seeing others venture in the same opportunity that I saw and share the opportunity to the community.
Yes, thank you so much, Mark. I can remember back in the days when we were in training, we always talk about the goals of the students, and you were one. Your goal is one of those few students whom I remember because it's very unique. It's not the typical goal that I want to earn this much, I want to have a car, I want to have a mansion or whatever. Your goal is to be able to do what you love while earning enough for your family, for your future family. I can clearly remember that you said you wanted to do what you're passionate about, which is organic farming, and you wanted to share that to the world, that organic farming can be done, at home, and it can be replicated. And specifically with the help of technology, you wanted to infuse technology into organic farming. What are you doing right now in terms of that goal of yours, and how did online freelancing help you do that?
Yeah, as I mean, I think the online freelancing, it's me. You're right a moment that I think it solves most of the problem that I have, and it solves, and I got what I want to do at the right time. So something like that. I can be full time on freelancing. I can be full time on organic farming. At the same time, I can earn something from it, and that's my very goal. And that's why I'm really passionate in teaching. When I do the DJT training, I'm really passionate that at least if I touch one of those, if I touch or inspired one life from those trainers, if they can see the opportunity to do what they love and earn something from it, and that's for me, that's a very rewarding moment if you can inspire one people to do the things and experience the same things that you're experiencing right now, and it's very fulfilling for me. And in fact, I think it's one way of you feel responsible to do to share the opportunity to them, and as much as possible you want to inspire and let them realize the opportunity. Yeah, that's all.
In fact, that's one of the things that I felt when I realized that the online opportunities, it's so big, and it cannot be contained by by a few number of people. There are a lot of people that are always scared of competition, and at that time when I discovered that it's so big, it doesn't need to be contained. It needs to be shared, because the more you share it, the more it becomes shareable. The bigger it becomes, because you discover different niches, different
Mhm.
industries, and you specialize in different fields, and you target different kinds of market. So it's really growing exponentially, and that's what I felt. And I'm glad that you're feeling the same way, the same feeling that I was feeling back when I was starting out. So congratulations.
Living by your example. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. And what I wanted to expound is your journey. You never mentioned how you were struggling on that month, 1 month, you said 1 month, month-long struggle that you were, trying, you were thinking about quitting. You never mentioned, the whole journey to me. What happened? What scared you the most? Was there a time that you can't pay the bills anymore? What happened?
um as what I've said earlier, when you venture into something that you really want, something that really close to your heart, something that you really want to do, be prepared that someone else out there who followed a decided path. Now, in a world that our path is already decided, so I think I went out of the pack, so something like that. So if you do that, there's a possibility for you to see others grow financially better than you. Yeah,
Yes.
and that's the struggles that I had before. Na that if I continue doing these things that I really want to do, there are some people that already um, get getting more than what I can get at that time.
Yeah.
And then the bills came in, or the bills piled up,
The
and
realization came in.
yeah, yeah. And then when I ventured into freelancing, I have no tools to start with. When I came home with a laptop, I had a laptop from Dubai. When I started the training, I think it's 2 days since the training started, my laptop got broke. There's no way to fix it. Then at that point, I have to buy a desktop computer. Then just to continue to do the freelancing, I have to have a better internet connection. So I had to have an internet connection. So I had a PLDT fiber connection right now. And then there's an opportunity that you have to carry a laptop for you to perform your duty. So I have to buy a laptop. So those are the things that piled up. I think I exhausted all my financial capacity on the things that I really want to do. And then I think that's more on the expectation that if I put this much, I should get this much. Maybe those are my struggles. That did I just waste my money on those things? Those are the things that I am struggling. And then the bills you have to pay for your internet, electricity bills, and so on and so forth. And then at that time, I think the start of the pandemic. I think that those are the start of the pandemic. I think it's in January, and we have a small uh, you can, cafe, or uh, if you can tell it, you can say it a cafe or something, that eatery, something like that. And then the pandemic hit. It was affected by the pandemic, and then um, there's nothing I can get. So where should I get this money from? So I have to think of the best way or the fastest way where can I get money to pay all those bills. And I think that's the verge of my the idea of quitting or giving up. Those are the verge, or the breaking point at that time. So that's it.
Thank you, Mark, for sharing that. In fact, when we were into training, I never promised a what do you call it, an equal investment versus income. I
Yeah.
really remember that, and I myself had experienced that. In fact, when I was starting in the freelancing in the online industry, it was really a roller coaster ride. There was a time that I was hitting my goal more than my goal, and there was a time that I was really so low. I experienced having no clients for 2 to 3 months. And for somebody that has no savings or with very little savings, 2 to 3 months is a lot, especially if you're paying mortgage, car, and loans, and whatever, especially if you have a kid. So it's really not easy. At that time, finances is just one of the problems that I had. Okay, not to mention the problems around you. For example, if you don't have the support of your parents, your
Yeah.
if you're married, but I know you're not married, your girlfriend perhaps, or the relatives, because most people know that online industry is something that is not a permanent thing. It's not something that you can build a career, on like in top 500 corporations. How was your family when you said that you were going to really get serious into the online industry? Did you get enough support? What?
Yeah. For me, they are my gemstone in this freelancing opportunity, because I said earlier that if you don't have a financial capacity to support what you really want to do, at least have a supportive family. Yeah, I remember I have two personality. I am in the one is slightly professional into freelancing, and one is into organic farming or in naturalism in general. And for those parts of my life, I have supporter. My mother, whenever I have a speaking engagement, she would just send a personal message to her friends, and then she will send the link to the video. Please watch this. This is my son, and then
Oh, so proud, mommy.
yeah, and then she will just ask me how many views we will have already. I was just surprised that she was doing that out of no, I don't know that she was doing that at the end. And then my father is really supportive on my farming side. I'm really into native plants and other species. So whenever he goes out to the field, whenever he saw unfamiliar plant, unfamiliar fruit, unfamiliar vines, she would just take it home, and then she will just knock, can you check this online? What is this plant? And then we're discovering lots of things that really edible. Those are my goals. That if we can find something that is edible in the wild, that we are just considering a grass or a nuance in the wild. Now, if there's a possibility, if we can find something that is edible, there's a possibility to to share the information to others, and they can uh, uh, also put food on the table. So something like that. There are plants in the wild that we don't know exist, or we know that they exist, but they don't know that they are edible. So something like that.
I really need that. Yeah, I think I really need that. And I'm also into sustainability, and I also love nature. I love plants, but I tried, planting several times, but maybe they don't love me. I kill all of them. My gosh. But I hope that one day, I will be happy to grow a plant or two. I would love a house filled with edible herbs, edible
Yeah.
plants, aside from the flowers and fruits. In fact, I really love eating them. You know.
Yeah.
However, being an online professional and having that passion for nature, for organic farming, have you seen the connection? Because agriculture versus technology, um, were you able to connect the two, and how?
That's my long-term goal, is to develop a system that will help the farmers, and we can uh, create a technology that will help and solve the problems of the farmers. So I saw that opportunity when I worked in Dubai, when we venture into green technology. So I saw that opportunity that we can bring, and we can do the same here in the Philippines. But for now, it's a long-term project. But currently, I see the connection that my organic farming is my stress reliever in this my stress reliever, my physical fitness in a world that you are always sitting on your chair. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I will go up my organic my small organic farm is a little uphill, so I would do jog every day. So even though my father will he's now taking care of my of the things in there, so I have to make sure that at least once a day I have to go up there, and just to see them, it relaxes me, and then with a matching uphill jog, and that's good for mind and your health. Yeah, I think
Looking
that's
back,
it.
looking back, Mark, were you glad that you did not quit? Because right now I can see that you're happy with what you're doing. You can share your experiences. You have this network of people already in such so short of time, and I can see very few people who have what do you call it, who have grown that much in, like, within 12 months or so.
I'm really grateful. Yeah, that I did not quit. I did not entertain that negative part of my my head. And if I should have quit, I will not be experiencing this kind of opportunity. I will not be touching life inspiring other freelancers to do the same, to take on their dreams, and to really continue and start. I mean, life is short. I'm just saying life is short, but it's not short enough to to start what you love to do. So those are the things that's in my mind. And I am thankful that I did not quit because I was just a uh, nobody. I was nobody before with so many ideas, so many inspirations that I want to share. But now, if I should have quit, I have no platform to tell my story. I have no platform to share the inspiration that I already experienced. So something like that. Yeah.
Right. You were teaching right now, right? So, while teaching, were there any students that you can relate to that are on the verge of quitting? And what are the things that you think will make them quit?
Um, I had a student. Yeah, on the second, I think it's on the third day of the class. She wanted to quit because of technical issues, technical problems. And then I told her that please approach the focal person. Maybe there's a possible alternative way of how we can how we can do things. And then I offered her to submit the tasks. I mean, if it's a little bit late, I will accept it even it's a little bit late because it's acceptable. Her laptop crashed and she has nothing to use for to accomplish all the tasks. And then she continued. She finished all the sessions, and right now she's working on a client. She finished the entire class, and then she's working on a client right now. And that's for me. It's really fulfilling, especially when they're reaching out to you, and even after graduation, they are reaching out to you. That I'm sure I'm really thankful for the opportunity, and really thankful that you guided me all the way. So so yeah, so those are the things that are really fulfilling on my side.
Yes, I can feel the same thing.
Of course, with your guidance.
Of course, anytime. Mark, since our topic today is all about not quitting,
Mm.
um, was there any advice that you can give to everyone? Because you mentioned earlier that one of the main thing that we need in order to stay in the online industry is mindset shift. And then you mentioned something about the support of your family. And then you also mentioned something about the tools, the internet connection, and your laptop. That's very basic. It's like going to the battle and you don't have any guns or whatever, right? So you mentioned the three things already. Are there anything else that they need to have so that they will be, ready for the battle? Because it's not a smooth battle. There will be ups and downs and hills and whatever. So what else can you think of?
I think it's pretty much it. Those are the things that you really need to succeed in freelancing. You have to check your mindset. You have to check your support, financial and some family support, and technical aspects of the freelancing. So yeah, I think those are the things that you really need in order for you to succeed in freelancing. So yeah, and just think when you're in your mindset, just think and do the things that you really love and hold on to that and find a bigger reason why you're doing the things. And that's what I did. If the money is involved, what if the money is out of the equation? So you always there's always a reason for you if you find a bigger purpose other than money. What if the money is out of the equation? You there's a possibility for you to quit. So if that is your very reason, I'm not saying that we do things that because we just want to do it. So I'm just saying that if you are passionate, use your passion, then use it as a stepping stone or a ladder to achieve your goals in the future. So yeah.
That's correct. And let's talk about growth. Mark, because I've been there the moment that you started your online freelancing career up to today, and I've seen you grow. What did you discover in your journey that made you feel I've grown this much? Or I didn't know this at that time that I was starting, but now I know this, so I am like this. I feel empowered.
Yeah, I think that point of realization when I first started my DJT training as a trainer, and also when I think it's also the long span of me having no permanent clients. I have an opportunity to learn more uh, and learn from videos and all the aspects of marketing. And then I have a free time to do those kind of things.
It's okay. Continue.
I have the free time to learn and upgrade my skills. But in the DJT training, when I already started the training, I already know those kind of things. I have already grown this much, and I'm already inspiring people. So those are the very things that I mean, when you look back, when I was just struggling, finishing tasks, submitting my tasks to you, and then now I'm in the position that I can inspire, and I think that I realized that I pretty much know all the knowledge that is needed to succeed in the freelancing.
But you just don't know how to put them all together. I think
Yeah,
we have to add one thing to the equation. So you said about mindset, support, and then the technology and the tools that you need. I think we need to add resilience, because resilience makes us all get up even if we stumble, even if we fall. I always said to my daughter, I always say to Oleg that pain is good, because we will experience a lot of pain in our lives. It could be a heartache due to a lost loved one, due to a breakup or death, or due to a, let's say, a failure in business, failure in achieving what you feel that you deserve, failure in your career, an accident or whatever. We will experience all those in life, and no one is what do you call it, untouchable when it
mm,
comes to life's challenges. And I think we need to be ready to always get up. And resiliency is the key. What I always say to Oleg is pain is good, because when you feel pain, that means you're alive, right? And what doesn't kill you, it only makes you stronger, right? So you feel braver, you feel stronger, and so the moment you get up, you feel that you have more energy than before, because you've experienced pain already. And in the online industry, we are not protected. Just because we're home, we're not protected, right?
yeah,
We still feel pain. We still feel betrayal. Come on, there's a lot of friends I know that have experienced betrayal, even if they're in the online industry. We experience a lot of pains, and what's good about experiencing?
if I may add,
Go ahead.
yeah, if I may add,
Mhm.
those in point of resiliency, when on the times that I was not able to land in a home-based job, whenever I send an application, I think I have to send application five applications in a day. But
Wow.
when it comes to times when I come to an interview and I failed the interview, I would just pause, and I will align a little bit on my farming, and then I'll give it some time, and then send another application. So I will just pause just to distract myself. So
You don't meddle in heartaches for too long.
yeah,
Yeah, I can remember my coach, Miss Janet Toral, said that you are only allowed to mourn for 24 hours. So whether it's a breakup with a girlfriend, whether it's a death in the family, you mourn for a day. And then after that, you start doing what you're supposed to do, which is so hard. especially if you're emotional. For women, it's so hard because even when we have period, we don't just mourn for a day. We mourn for 3 or 4 days, right? We experience body pains, and sometimes it's really hard to get up in the morning. And we all feel that. But
Mm.
give ourselves 24 hours. And then there's also another 24 hours to celebrate if we have wins. Because sometimes we get too occupied with the celebration that we forget, that there's some things that needs to be done, right? So that's it. So we have added resilience to the formula of making it online. Now let's go back to the word success, because success is parallel to the word quitting. Because if you quit, you cannot you cannot experience success. And a lot of people have different definition on the word success. And you have a very simple definition of success back in the days. Has it changed? Or do you have new dreams? You have new goals that you wanted to reach?
No, I mean, it does not change a lot. It's still the same goal. So that's what I think. That's my goal. I mean, if you really want, if you really love what you're doing, you don't care what people think. No matter how small your dream is, as long as you're happy doing it, you don't care about them. And that's also my advice to the people who really want to push and to push and start doing the things that they want to do, is don't entertain other people. They don't know what's inside your mind. They don't know the things that you're building inside your head. So those are the things. That's why my goal is really at the minimal. I mean, that's not extravagant enough for others, because they didn't see the paradise that I'm building inside my head. Something like that.
I like that. The paradise that I'm building inside my head. And I remember in FABSCO, we have a tagline that we grow together. And I can see that. I can see you and the other FABSCO members as living proof of that growing together. What are your thoughts on that, and how will it keep other people from quitting?
Mm. So I saw the opportunity and the importance of FABSCO, of a community support in freelancing. Because in freelancing, most of the time you have to do things alone. When you work, when you are hired in a company, I think the moment that you talk to your co-employees is on the first hour of the job, and then you will be left alone. And then on the last part of the job, and then log out. So those are the things. It's the communication and support, and having someone to tell your story that they can relate. You cannot tell your story to someone that they don't know what about freelancing. They cannot understand your problems. So something like that.
Yes, yes, I can also relate because back in the days when I was starting, I don't have any community. And back in those days, there are lesser coaches than what we have right now, especially Filipino coaches. And I used to Google, are there any Filipino people who's making it online? So that's something that has improved over time. Now, when I was starting out, my coaches were US based. And right now, the coaches are available here in the Philippines, Filipinos, that you can really talk in your vernacular language. And it feels good that you have someone that you can ask, what if I have a problem, let's say in let's say pricing, or in a project that I can't do alone, who can I ask for help? What were your experience in terms of collaboration with project? Because I personally don't believe in competition. Competition is there, it's true, but I don't treat my fellow online professionals as competitors. I treat them as possible collaborators and future partners in the business. In fact, even clients. What are your experience in collaboration that made you really, feel that, hey, this is really good. I'm on the right path, and I will continue doing it.
I mean, you mean collaboration and competition?
Collaboration and competition. Were you able to feel that collaboration is really the way to go, or to compete, or what?
Yeah, that's what the things that I am telling to the students, DGT students, that your net worth is your network is your net worth. So the more connections that you have, the higher your value is. So your co-freelancers and other freelancers, you don't treat them as a threat. If someone is achieving more what you can, see them as an inspiration to move forward, and not something that will hold you down and stop doing the things that you need to do. And for some time, there will come a time that those freelancers and those having more than you having more than you have in the near future, they can offer you opportunities. They can offer you whenever they have jobs, they will outsource to you the task that they cannot handle anymore. So I think that's it. That's you don't treat freelancers as competitors in a negative way. And you also have to think that the only competition is within yourself. So yeah.
Yes, that's right. I agree. Ever since I started in the online industry, that's also my idea. And unfortunately, not all of us thinks the same. We feel threatened sometimes because some people are better than us. In fact, when I was starting as a trainer, and then I see a student that is already, let's say, I had a student before that he's already a, what do you call it, an instructor, and he's teaching website development. And I asked him, what are you doing in my class? What should I teach you? And he said, well, I don't know the marketing structure. He said, I know how to build a website, the domain and hosting and everything, but I don't know how to market that skill. So I feel, oh, so I still have value in you. And it's good. So what happened is, he became my assistant trainer in the class. So it actually made my life easier, because if there are students that are asking questions, he's going there and that direction, I'm going in this direction, so I can entertain other students. Had I felt threatened that he was there and he's better than me, maybe we wouldn't have built that kind of relationship. And that student, he's also teaching like you, he's also training like you. By the way, he is Nathaniel or Dudoy Mendoza. I don't know. Yeah, I can remember that scenario when he was, introducing himself, and I really said, what will I teach you, what are you doing here?
I had those kind of students who are really skilled when it comes to they're really skilled. So the way I handled those kind of things, I encourage them to share their experience. So
Yeah.
for others to learn, I am because we have different experiences, and they also share the insights on different approach on different aspects. So yeah.
Yes, that's it. Thank you so much. It's this session is giving back, a lot of memories.
Yeah.
JT, right? Because we're both in the trainings together, and right now we're both trainers already. So now you can relate with the problems that I was just telling you before when you were a student. So, what has changed when you were a student and now that you're a trainer? Has something changed in your mindset, in your goal, in the way that you see things, in your approach in life, you as a professional?
I think more on the mindset. Um, I believe that we all have a lenses to see the world, and it just so happened my lens is slightly clearer than before. So
I like that.
I see the world now in a more positive way. That if these things happen, maybe this is there are the reasons behind it, and and if you just trust in the process, there's something good will be out there. Something good is waiting for you. But if you quit, those opportunities, the possibilities of having those good things are 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 zero. Is zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I always tell that trust the process, TTP, trust the process, because sometimes we just don't know how things will work out, especially for just starting out. It's like parenting to a child. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that. I've been there and I've gone back. We can always hear that from our grandparents and from our parents. And for the longest time, we don't know what that means. And now that we're also adults, we already know, that
Yeah.
one thing will lead to another. So we just have to trust the process because we cannot see the bigger view of things, especially for just starting out. No, now for those who were like you a year ago or 2 years ago when you were starting, who doesn't know how to get started, how to stay in the industry, what can you tell them so they will not quit and they will remember not to quit?
Um. For me, I will just uh, if they want to venture into something that they really want to do, or in freelancing, first they have to check their mindset. If you really want to push to do these things, you have to make up your mind that you will do everything just to make this work. Yeah. So, and don't entertain negative feedback from people. So no matter how small they think what you are doing right now, they just don't know. They just don't know your future goals or what you want of what this opportunity will lead you.
They don't know the paradise that you're building inside.
Yeah, yeah. They don't know the paradise that I'm living inside my head. So they don't know your ideas, and they don't need to know all the details of what you're doing. It's just you have to work undistracted and continue doing what you need to do, and then show them results later. So so I think, and find your biggest why of why of find your biggest why on your reason why you're doing these things, why you're taking actions, and why are you doing those things every day. And then if you find those biggest why, I think you will hold on to it. And when times you're struggling, you have to go back and revisit your reasons why you started these things, these kind of things. So
Yes, that's right. And sometimes if they need someone or something just to make them stay in the industry, I can remember when I was starting out. I've been telling this story to all of my class. Now, when I was starting out, my first, my very savings at that time before I started the online industry, I deposited it as a down payment for the house for a unit that I wanted to buy because I was planning on moving to the city back then because when I was in Bataan in the province, the internet connection is really not very decent at all, not livable, up to the standard of an online professional. And that was 2013. So I was really planning on moving to the city so I can have a decent internet connection. So that very little savings of mine, without thinking, I'm not saying you do this, okay? Please don't. Don't.
actually, I copied that formula from you.
They will hear more stories of that. I call it the suicidal suicidal formula. So I deposited that as a down payment for the unit that I wanted, and then so that I will be forced to pay for it every month, so that I will not quit. Because if I quit, I would have wasted, a lot of money. And then 3 years after, I was able to move to the house, and I'm still glad I'm still not being, what do you call it, when you're being when the property is being taken away from you. Like, it's been taken by the bank. I'm still glad we're still living in it. But that's me. That's my way of pushing myself to the limit. So there is no reason for me to quit, or else I will just live on the street. So find that thing. Find your why and find your pusher. Pusher. What a term. All right. Find that thing that will make you stay so that you will not quit. Because quitting should not be an option. It's like marriage. quitting should not be an option. And as much as I don't want to say it, because sometimes when I really hate somebody and I don't want to talk to that person, I remember before, back in the corporate world, when I don't like the boss, I will just simply resign. I don't like it, because I'd rather be at peace than fight, with my boss or with somebody every day. I'll just quit. So find that reason for you not to quit, because quitting is not should not be an option. All right, Mark. As much as I wanted to talk to you, but it's been almost an hour, and time passed by, and we're both enjoying the discussion. Was there any other advice that you want to give them, or do you want to invite them somewhere where they can see you more, or listen to you more, or
Uh,
anything?
what else can yeah. I mean, there's nothing to watch out for me right now because I'm just planning to build up my website. So
Well, you can invite them in the DJT if they're planning
yeah,
on getting started.
for those who don't know DJT, they can find an opportunity, and if they already know the opportunity in DJT, please um, spread the opportunity to everyone, and hopefully you can see the same opportunity that I saw in DJT, and the same enlightenment and the same path alignment and the same discovery that I had with DJT. And for me, it's a door that opens multiple of opportunities for me. And hopefully, it will also happen to every one of us.
Yes. I call DJT as my fairy grandmother. DJT, by the way, for those who doesn't know it yet, it's Digital Jobs PH training program. It's a program being spearheaded by the DICT, the Department of Information Communications and Technology. It's a government agency here in the Philippines that whose mandate is to promote the ICT skills of the Filipinos. So right now, one of their projects is to teach Filipinos how to create money online, how to apply for jobs, how to build businesses online through the Digital Jobs Page training program. And Mark here is one of our very young and handsome and single, ladies, please take note, single trainers available in Digital Jobs PH training program. So that's it, I guess. We will be ending the show, and I hope that you will watch us again next week, so that we will be discussing more about the online industry and more about online entrepreneurship, and of course, more inspiring adventures to come. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.